Yo.
What's up? What's up,
Brett,
guys?
I'm a little jealous of the intro and the.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's my favorite part. People
Yeah,
always get so psyched on it.
I was vibing to it. I maybe I like the Goo Balls one at one point, but maybe it's just I've heard it too many times.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's a little bit different over here at the Mash. It's a bit of a build-up coming in.
Nice chill afternoon, Friday afternoon, just the end of the work week.
I'm getting the
Ready
music
for the
going now
weekend?
too. The old acoustic breeze.
Acoustic breeze. It's nice and zen.
Yeah.
Chat some psychedelics to come
Bro, I was
into
gonna
the
ask you.
weekend.
I was gonna ask. I forgot. I've been meaning to ask. How many tattoos you got?
Oh, I don't know, dude. A lot.
I don't know.
When did you get
That's
started?
a crazy answer.
I like I'm a traditional guy, so I have all like trad, neo-trad stuff so my sleeves are all kind of put together, so it's like lots of separate pieces that I've done over probably like a 10-year span. So
Okay.
I'd probably guess in 20 to 30 range, maybe.
And you started back when you were younger, or when did you start it?
I think I got my first tattoo when I was 22.
Okay.
21? Yeah. Similar time I got into mushrooms, actually. I never put that together before.
So when would you say? Because I feel like a lot of people when they know they want tattoos when they're younger. I mean, somebody turns 18 in the United States and they're getting a tattoo immediately, if they want it. So you're a little later on that.
Well, this would have been tattoos were, I guess, pretty popular back then. It was a little bit before they just kind of blew up there.
Yeah.
But that's why I like trad and neo-trad stuff. Like it's timeless in my opinion.
When you
And it
say
holds
trad,
well.
what are you referring to? Like,
Like traditional tattoos, like sailor tattoo kind of style. Like traditional tattoos come from that era, like Sailor Jerry. Have you ever heard
are they
of
like
that?
are they patterns or are they like marine type stuff? Like, what do you?
Let's do a little.
Yeah.
Let's do a little. I like this a
A
little.
little looksy poo here.
A little looksy poo here. Do you guys have any tattoos?
No.
No, I can
No.
I can see myself getting.
Oh,
I
come
think
on.
I could get a tattoo to remember somebody,
you.
or I could get. I would really love to get instead of a wedding band, a tattoo as a tattoo band, because
Yeah.
I would hate wearing a ring all the time. So I would prefer that it be there, but not like in a way where it's obtrusive or it can rip my skin off if something goes wrong.
Would you just do a band, or would you do like a?
I mean, it might have a pattern to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a I don't know, yeah, just some abstract or something. I don't know. I have to think about it because I'm not there yet. But
What if your girl was really into Doritos? Would you get like a little Doritos triangle?
yeah, get little Doritos in different orientations.
Cool
going around
ranches.
my-
Yeah, cool rat. Just cool rats across the knuckle.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's I mean, I do a lot of work with my hands, so and power tools,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't want things to go wrong.
Yeah. Well, I came up working with tools, man. I came power engineering and working in building gas plants and stuff, and my tattoos have held up really well.
But what about your ring? Would you wear your rings while working?
Yes
That's
and no,
why I don't
depending. Yeah. That's a good call. Yes and no, depending on what I was doing. I definitely wear gloves though if I had rings on.
Oh, here we got some Sailor Jerry's.
Yeah. So have you guys ever seen the whiskey, Sailor Jerry whiskey? Whiskey?
No, I haven't.
He's like a super famous tattoo artist, and
Okay.
he's had this whiskey. This whiskey's also
Okay.
delicious.
There you go, Chet.
This is a sweet one. But yeah, so it's more these like thicker lines,
Okay.
like old school kind of tats.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one here.
But is there a theme to the?
Yeah, like
Imagery?
mine have been things that like this next sleeve I'm doing on my other. I'm actually in in the context that I guess you can't see that very well, can you? But see how they're all just like there's all sorts of variants, and like, there's people now doing some really cool stuff where they're taking like more old school traditional style and applying to newer types of tattoos and stuff.
Okay.
But you can really do it with anything you want. So mine, I was doing things that I was about, things that meant things to me. I have a couple of animals that have been some spirit animals for me. Mandalas are really important. And then like air balloons for travel and stuff, and like all sorts of stuff. And I just kind of put it together.
Do you have an exact I love this one the most, or are they all just you like them all because you got them all? So there's a reason.
I like this arm. This is my favorite arm.
Okay.
I like really have enjoyed traditional the tattoo of the women in the traditional style, and I just have a real respect and love for women as well. So I have a lot of naked women. There's like a guy have you seen? Okay, all right. I didn't think this is the way the episode was going to go, but you know.
Let me get you on there all the way. There you go. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. She's got the cougar. It's hard to get the angle without trying to.
Cool.
Now at night, which one's your favorite arm?
Well, I got two here, one here, one here. So it's just depending on what you're feeling that night, I guess.
That's cool.
There's way too many jokes that can be made right now. I'm just gonna leave them sitting on the shelf. And
you know, if you ever go to prison, you're not gonna be lonely. So that's good.
Is that a reason why? Well, probably not just prison, but long trips away from your
trapped
girl
on a desert island.
Yeah.
Well, my girl now, like Jay, really looks like the almost identical to the woman on my right arm. So.
Oh, nice.
It was more just aspirations, you know, setting that intention.
Yeah.
You know what? All right. You
put that out into the universe.
I'm getting the hottest girl put on my arm here. I'm gonna find her.
That's it.
I'm getting
the law of attraction, man.
What's Jeff Bezos' ex-wife? I'm getting her on.
Yeah.
Shakira's free time. Let's go Shakira too or something.
Yeah. She just broke up with her man.
Yeah, same with Brady's girl there, right?
Yeah.
I heard Megan Fox is also single. That's my great one.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I'll get Megan Fox, Brady's ex-girl, Shakira.
Throw it at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah. That's funny. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever really noticed. I mean, I've noticed some of your tattoos that are on your hand and stuff like that, but I've never really seen the whole.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get this like as far as tattoo mistakes. Like, this is a friend of mine who did this, and he did a beautiful job with the elephants, and he did a beautiful job. It's just it wasn't. I was new to tattooing. I wasn't able to really vocalize what I thought. I didn't have enough experience to be like, no, that's not what I want. This is we got to go more to this direction. So I just kind of, he was like, it'll be good. And I just went with it. And like, so I want to get, I'm doing a whole arm, another mandala on my hand to a whole neo-traditional, like gypsy themed piece throughout this arm, which will be a lot of fun.
Well, you got a lot of naked women. Well, you got to balance that out with some naked men too.
I'm good, man. I'm good with the women.
He goes in the chat and use one arm and stare at the other.
That's it.
All right, we gotta switch this topic. We
gotta move on. Moving on. What's been going on with you guys? You guys have some exciting things coming from the Goo perspective this year.
We do. Chet and I just booked our tickets for New York City for GOOCON April 15th. So
nice.
We booked it we're going to be there from the 14th until the 16th. I think General Moses will be there for the full week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And NFT NYC is that week, and so that's why we're think we're coinciding with the end of it, I believe.
Sweet.
So,
That's exciting.
Yeah, but we gotta let's bring up. Let me find the.
I think you have it up on. You can share that screen, Brett, and then we'll. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, but what about the
Or do you wanna-
GOOCON
Oh,
thing?
yeah, I can get that.
So this is the NFT NYC.
Yeah.
Times Square too. That's awesome.
So so they're 12th to the 14th. We're doing something on the 15th for GOOCON.
Okay.
Saturday. So that must be Wednesday through Friday.
Ken, isn't Immutable Holdings Jordan Freed?
I think it is.
That's cool.
So is that the same guys as Immutable X?
I don't know. We know because Ken and I are big on Hedera, and one of the guys that was early to the Hedera space, he's part of Immutable Holdings, or that's his company or something. He also runs NFT.com. I'm not sure if that's the same guy.
I'm looking right now. Jordan Freed, Immutable Holdings, Inc. He's a CEO.
But is Immutable Holding, is that immutable?
Immutable Holdings. Oh, yeah, it's
Is
the same logo.
That's the same logo. Okay, so that is run by. So
Never mind. It's not the same logo.
no, it's not. Okay, never mind. Don't listen to us.
So that's different. Immutable Holdings is more of they invest in NFT companies.
Yeah, Immutable Holdings has the H bar, has an H in it for the holdings part of it, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But anyway,
So what?
I have the.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna share my screen because I have.
Yeah, go for it.
I have what we have for the GOOCON here, which we have, which is April 15th at OSNYC, which is a bar/club. I think is a club as well. But starting at 9 p.m., we have 3 people that are going to be highlighting our night with some DJing. Ellis Moss, ABH Beatbox, which I don't know, Brett, if you've got into the background of that. That's our Cootie Backbone guy that that Adam took a video of when he was over in London. And then we figured out who he was and got him on stream one night. So he's going to be coming from London to do some beatboxing. He's a world champion.
Whoa! No kidding.
He's the champion of England or something of beatboxing. So
Yeah.
He's another friend of Adam. So yeah, we got 3 guys doing some headlining, and then we got some different people that helped us sponsor this and get us there. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So $20 cover charge, but first 50 people can get in free. If you have a Goo Ball, we'll try.
You're in if you have a GOOCON ticket.
So
So I got with my big win this year in the fantasy football. I got my ticket as well.
I still have to give that to you. I need your.
I've been locked out. I got to figure out how to get back into my wallet.
But regardless, if you're a host and you've been a guest, you already are. You have a guest pin, so you're already allowed in.
Yeah,
if you don't have that Goo Ball in your wallet yet. But are you planning on going? That's the big question.
I just had to find a way to do in that humble brag that I'm the undisputed champion.
Yes, he was the fantasy football champion this year.
No, yeah. So I have to be in Austin around the same time. The only conflict is it might be the 15th as well, but I really want to come. So I'm gonna try and do like a NYC Austin is what I'm hoping for. So I'm just trying to line it up.
I'll tell you what.
That's big.
If you can't make it to GOOCON on the 15th, but you're going to be in Austin, and if you could try, if you couldn't make it to Cleveland or to New York, maybe you could make it to Cleveland.
Is there a GOOCON in Cleveland?
We could do a little meet up here, but if you can't make it,
no, it's just where we live.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I really want to come, man. So I'm going to do my best to be there.
Even if you get there, if you can't do the 15th, I mean, that would be best, but the 14th, we'll be there that night as well.
Too. So we'll be there the 14th So that's another
okay.
day if you wanted to.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to make it happen. This one.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to meet you IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real life.
It's all about the IRL. What's up, Priscilla? Valor
if you guys wanted samples or anything too, or like some prizes from Mindful, we'd be happy to sponsor some stuff.
We could definitely talk in our private chat.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Cool. So what happens at GOOCON?
So the whole day consists of obviously the parties at night, but we're going to the Yankees Twins game So we're gonna go watch the Yankees game, which is that Saturday as well. Which I've never been to the Yankee Stadium, so that'd be pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And we're gonna do some sightseeing and stuff in the morning too, because I've only been there once for one day. This will be Chetty's first time, so we're all gonna do a lot of sightseeing as well. But we just want to meet people in our community, so it doesn't. As long as we get to meet them and have fun and do different things, it's a success. It's already a success that we got this far.
Yeah, no,
we haven't planned. So
number one is getting to see everybody.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Yamster, are you going to be at GOOCON? Yamster,
that would be sweet if Yamster was there. Yamster is the owner of quite a few Goo Balls.
Yeah.
Nice.
So hopefully Yamster and his wife show up.
Do you have a few people going so far?
We have a couple guys from Austin that are going.
Yeah.
From NFT Gamer TV, they'll be up there. I don't know if Justin's going.
Justin, I think Justin's going. I thought Justin was going.
We have a few members going, a few different community guys going too, so that'll be fun.
Damn, Yamster, Kiko's. Oh no, Kiko's mom. Wait, Yamster, are you married to Kiko's mom? Because his mom's birthday is that day.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it's gonna be, even if it's just me, Chetty, in general, like it's still gonna be fun. But we already know there's more people than that coming already. But when it's just even us three, we'll make it a good time regardless. So, but we just want more and more people to come. So
yeah, no, that's fantastic. I'm gonna. I planned to be there initially. This thing in Austin just kind of come up just recently, and I don't know. So, but I think it's on. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna make it.
Okay.
And Jay's gonna come too. She won't know what to expect. But
Kiko said, "One Keek said, I wish I could come meet Brett, and it's not just to stare at his tattoos."
Yeah, I can send you some photos.
Thank you, Valor. Keegs is a cool dude to hang with. Highly recommend. Yeah, I met Valor and Vellum at TwitchCon. I met Valor and Vellum.
Oh, nice.
Probably 2 Twitch streamers in the NFT wax space. So yeah, she was cool. We had some dinner one night, and we also, I think we went and had. A bunch of people had drinks the second night too. So I met Valor Vellum in person. She was fun. Yamster, I don't think I've met. No, I have not. But
no, I think I have Valor and Vellum beat on. I think I'm the person who's hung out with Keegs the most out of anyone.
It is true. It is true.
That's true. Definitely true. So what's the plan for NFT NYC? Are you guys cruising around doing some networking and stuff, or?
I think
that's why Adam's going to be there earlier in the week. Keegs and I are getting there Friday morning early, so who knows? We may hop in some stuff.
It would have been great to be able to go longer, but I'll just be starting a new job, and so I won't really have that time to do that. I'm lucky to be able to go Friday and Saturday, so
yeah.
But still, it'll still be a good experience.
Yeah, and someone, I think Adam might have mentioned to me that they have, because there's lots of events going on through that week too, so you might be able to catch some on the Friday night.
Right. Yeah. Keegs is cool. I've had the pleasure to hang out with him a couple of times as well. Thanks, One Keegs. Appreciate that. We were hanging out with the One Keegs yesterday. Actually, we went fishing.
Doing butt stuff on the streets of NYC. It's gonna be that kind of trip.
Did you hear that story about when Ken was in San Diego?
No.
Oh,
please fill me in.
Yeah. That was a crazy one. Brett, I went to San Diego right when I was at TwitchCon. And I was taking a break from TwitchCon. I was actually walking outside I was going towards the water on a little pathway.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a hill on the left with a hotel, and then there was a sign for the hotel. And I'm just walking a little bit, and I keep walking. I look to my left, and there's this homeless guy, and he's kind of looking like he's clutching his junk and stuff. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? And all of a sudden, he just pulls his pants down, turns towards me, and just starts taking a dump. And I'm like, wow, like he knows I'm right here, you know. And there's 2 girls ahead of me walking this way. And I can't let them go this way. But they ended up turning over to the right, and so they were okay. But I look back, and this guy's just going at it, and pulls his pants up, and keeps going.
Oh, that's funny. I actually have a homeless poop story myself.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All the turns this hour. So I was working out in Calgary, and they had a loading dock that I'd park on sometimes. And I was working Thanksgiving. It was just a holiday, and I was managing some stuff. And I come out, and there's just this insane shit just across my whole lower back. And he leaned, and it was all Thanksgiving just ready to go. And he just blasted my car. I took the car, and I just took it straight to the car dealer, like get rid of this.
Man.
And then I looked I used to have the video because we saw it on the security cameras, and the guy just rolls up in his cart, and then he just does that same thing, and then bends over, and he just unloads on the back of my
You
car.
gotta find that video.
That's hilarious.
You gotta find that.
You gotta find that.
Man, I don't have a story of watching somebody do it, but when I was in Guatemala, there was a hefty one left on the sidewalk. I almost
It
stepped
didn't
in.
look like a dog.
Yeah, it was definitely not a dog. The dog crap was everywhere there, but it was definitely not dog.
Dang.
Dang.
That's
My,
yeah, we kind of got all over the place on this episode.
Yeah. Well, let's loop it back to GOOCON, and
Yeah.
so is there gonna be? It's a meetup. It's the first meetup for the Goo Crew.
It'll be the
Super
first one.
exciting.
Yep.
GOOCON, yeah. You're gonna have to do maybe a Goo inspired homeless poo man.
Yeah, we'll have to throw that into the themes. I think we did have it in the themes once, but
Almost. Yeah.
it never won. Yeah.
That's quite the situation that is. Speaking
Is
of,
there gonna be?
not speaking of shit, but speaking of Brett and Goo Balls, we got to get you on another Monday night.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Nice. 'Cause I
It
know
was-
we got some openings.
Cool. Well, let me know, man. My Mondays have opened wide open now that football's done. So.
That's very true. Now there's nothing to do on Sundays and Mondays anymore. Who'd you
So,
have? Sorry.
what's that?
Who'd you have in the Super Bowl?
I had the Eagles.
Yeah.
I was close on a couple props. I played at DraftKings I played that showdown lineup where you pick the 6 guys. And
Okay.
you have the one double up. I was close to being in the 500, 300,000s, even a million maker this year. And it's just one player. What's his name from New York? They dropped one on the goal line, and had a couple. It was right in the mix. And then I had a couple this last one, but didn't quite hit. I covered and everything, but I ended up I had the Eagles, and I did have one KC Mahomes MVP parlay
Okay.
that
Well,
Was
future.
that-
hit.
Was Mahomes the MVP?
He was.
Mahomes
Yeah,
was,
okay.
yeah.
Keegs and I we like using FanDuel. We were doing some player props and stuff for. We didn't win any. I was so close. It was tough to watch. I had one prop where I picked 4 touchdown scorers. It was Jalen Hurts. What was it? Kenan Sanders and Kelsey and McKinnon. And McKinnon.
McKinnon killed me
intentionally put the slides and gives himself up on the 1 yard line before when he would have scored.
I
and won your money.
Yeah, I had
That
that
was
too. Not that same bet, but I had McKinnon, and he
Yeah.
crushed me there. I did hit on the purple Gatorade prop,
Oh, did
Nice.
you?
You went purple?
16-1. Yeah,
I wouldn't have gone
purple and
purple.
blue. I was hammering
I
purple
was
and
thinking of
blue.
blue. I couldn't. The FanDuel didn't have that option.
I was feeling like yellow or green this year. I wasn't
purple's
feeling.
that's a good one.
I was
Yeah.
feeling a warmer color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's what sucks about Canada is you guys have DraftKings, FanDuel, which seem awesome, but our gambling sites are pretty trash.
Do you use
I gotta go
Bovada?
look. I use this one in BC, which is basically some government lotto one, which is and then I have my bookie, which is a European one.
Okay.
But
My book. I've heard of that
never
one.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, with
Sometimes you get
Ohio-
the line.
Ohio just opened up on January 1st for gambling. So every single site gave free money for people, and Ken and I were just on all of them trying to get as much money as we could from.
Yeah. Which I won a good enough amount where I used that to pay for the plane ticket to go to New York. So I didn't have to pay for the plane ticket.
Oh, nice. Then
Yeah,
you
so-
covered. Good for you, man. I basically just covered my day. With all the
Okay, that's
beers and food.
Hey, it's still fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to do.
Yeah.
As long as you keep it responsible, it makes the games more interesting.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, football's the best. I gamble a little hockey, but other than I pretty much only do football.
Yeah.
That was a sweet episode when you had that hockey player on.
Yeah, you like that? Hey, yeah, it was fun. Mike's a really cool dude, and he's getting into some really neat stuff with what he's doing with his programs and applying the tactics that have helped him with his in his own life, and then applying that to hockey. I think is a really neat way to look at it. So
You've had some pretty solid guests.
yeah, I've had a couple. Did you see when we had I had Adam and
yeah, I know the influencer. I don't know it or
yeah, she's amazing. And yeah,
not amazing enough for us to remember her name, but she's
I was gonna just glaze over that. I was hoping that you weren't gonna point that out. But yeah, so I do remember her name. It's just escaping me right now.
No, I was tuning in a little bit. I came in because I don't know what was going on with the stream, but I would come in and it would be like Adam, and then everyone else's screen would be blank, but they'd be there talking, and I like came into on the back end and fixed it, and then left, and then had to do it because every time Adam's internet messes up, it happens on our stream now too,
terrible.
and it closes out everyone's camera every time the stream messes up.
I don't know what happened. Like every time too, we were just getting into it. I was like, it seemed to keep happening when I was talking about some things that were like, you know, on the frontier, and I kept. So I don't know, no tinfoil hat, but that could have been
yeah, maybe.
But her name's Marley Jacks, and she's a
was
legend. She's so cool. So yeah, I was super bummed about that one because that was a great. So I'm gonna have her on again and Adam and dive in. I love talking CEOs and psychedelics because I'm reading that book right now, Stealing Fire. You ever heard of that?
What's that about?
It's about like Marines, these CEOs who, like the CEO of Google, these other high functioning professional athletes, and how all this stuff that they do to get to the flow state, and how much more effective they are in the decisions they make in the flow state, and they talk about psychedelics and all these different ways to hack into the flow state. Nice, Caesar. I'm stoked for you, man. Me and Caesar have been chatting.
Yeah, JD was talking about that kind of the one time when we saw him. But I was there's this lady who I think you should look up on Instagram, Brett. Her name's Carrie B Wellness.
Okay.
And her thing is all about hydration inside the cells, and like what'd she call it? The fourth level of water, or the fourth, like water is a liquid, gas, or solid, but then there's a fourth version of it when it's in our being used by our body, where it's kind of like a gel form, and when the body's cells are properly hydrated with this easy water, she says, it allows for electron flow to move through the muscles more properly.
I love that. Yeah.
And because like, you know, when you talk about like vibes and energy and stuff, it sounds kind of woo woo, but we all know about electricity and radio frequency, and if you think about how the electrons the charges turn negative or positive based on those frequencies, and in that sense, it's kind of, it almost takes the woo woo out of it and kind of makes it more of a scientifically grounded thing.
I see what you did there. Grounded.
Yeah.
Grounded. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, man, that's I've been diving deep into that stuff lately, actually, and it's really cool because it is. You're right. Like when people, it's kind of energy and stuff. It's kind of got a bit of a woo-woo name because the way it's spoken about. But initially, why people would say energy and stuff was because that reason. Like each and every one of our cells carries a charge. We actually have this capability, and that's how like Wim Hof, they're tuning in to warm their cells up. They're creating a charge within their body, and that goes for so many different ways, and like that positivity and these different things, how we respond to our emotions, and then as well as in that how it flows through our body. And that's why water is so important in so many ways, as well as like flowing through toxins and these different things.
Yeah,
like we can be detoxing with good diet stuff, but if we're not drinking enough water, how are we going to flow those toxins out, right? Like water is such a key piece. I tell people that one all the time. I'd love to look her up. I didn't quite catch it, but man, that charge piece is cool.
But you were talking about the flow state, and when she was talking to another guy I follow, but the idea that what she brought up, there's some like study or something where they were using dancers and watching what was happening in their body. I don't know how they were doing it, but when the dancer got in the flow state, and it usually took like a half an hour for the dancer to get into that flow state, but they realized once the dancer was in the flow state that it wasn't the brain sending signals to the muscles to move. That it was something else driving muscular contraction or whatever, control it there. Like the signals weren't happening from the brain.
It's from the heart. It's from the heart brain. So the heart's actually made up of the same tissue as a portion of the same tissue as our brain. And this place, the Heart Math Institute, did this study where they were putting people and showing them these photos, like scary photos, happy photos, and just getting their reaction. But then they were seeing their reaction on this like of their cellular makeup on this machine. And they before the picture would even turn, they would already be reacting to it from a cellular level, and then the brain tunes in and reacts. But like, so the heart brain was actually, and then they took it one step further and they put the DNA sample in a room like a kilometer away. That DNA sample was acting before, so there's energetic attachment occurring in that DNA sample, and that was actually reacting before that picture came up, but they were getting that same reaction in the cell. So the science now is they're actually being able to read this, and like, so there's more. The Heart Math Institute's been around since the 90s, and they've been doing some amazing work. But there's more and more tech coming out that's proving the consciousness and the energetic attachment and the reality to the charge that we have through in our cells.
There's a study. I think it was back in maybe I'm sure it's been a few different studies, but in the early or maybe 2010s or something, there was about choirs. So choirs, when they start singing together, their hearts start beating the same, and they start getting the same pulses because they're all using the same breath and all that stuff. It's like everything kind of aligns. It's kind of cool too.
Well, what about twins too? They say twins have a almost telepathic connection to each other. Can you imagine if your cells were split off from the same sperm? Wait, is it different sperm, different egg, or
same sperm,
same egg?
Same egg.
I don't know. Same egg, different.
The sperm's got to go in.
It depends if they're fraternal. It depends if they're fraternal or identical. But either way, you imagine if you're from the beginning of your life, your cells they have to be on the same frequency. They started together. So in that meditative state is that, and what the Heart Math Institute also does, I left a link in there, is that meditative state is actually that coherent state. I can't remember what ohms it is. Ohms is the measurement of frequency. I think it's like 6.7 or something. But when you're in that coherent state, that's that flow state, that's that meditative state. That's actually the same frequency as the earth. So it's like all these like connection pieces. Okay.
But that's that charge, because we're always giving off this charge in these different states that we're in.
She also mentioned that I don't know if it was the same group, but they tried to kind of connect, like, because the people who were like quadriplegic and had that disconnection between, you know, their brain and their spinal cord, that they tried to do something where they were actually able to get some sort of recruitment out of the muscles that the brain wasn't connected to, but they were getting the connection from elsewhere, like the motor connection,
in order to make it actually function still.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how much it was. I think it may have just been like signals, but
this was this woman Carrie?
No, she was the one who brought it up. It wasn't her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I sent it to you on Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where she primarily is. She runs live streams too, so you could probably get her on here. But she's got talked about some cool stuff. But you imagine like what we don't know, we probably won't know in our lifetimes, but about the like soul and about consciousness, like you're talking about just a single cell. Like, how does our body completely recreates itself? How often is it? Every is it?
For the skin.
I think every like on a cellular level, like every cell, like I've been alive, like, or I'm a new person like 7 different times than from when I was born. Like my cells are completely different. Like the ones that were there originally died off, and then new ones have regrown. And I don't know how often it happens.
Says about 330 billion cells are replaced daily, equivalent to about 1% of all our cells. In 80 to 100 days, 30 trillion will have replenished, the equivalent of a new you. So every 80 to 100 days. So what's that? About 4 months?
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like, it's like how's my consciousness still the same, but every single part of me is not, is different, or not even here anymore, like what I used to be.
Yeah, so that starts to get into the more spiritual side of things a little bit, in my opinion. But the cellular piece, and you think about that, right? Like if our cells contain that much power, like we have 30 trillion cells. Like that's, so we have just each cell contains a charge, contains a power. I heard one stat the other day where each person has, if they're able to access it, has the ability to contain as much power as all the cell phones in the world.
Really?
And that's that kind of learning to tune into it and having these different things. But that's what some of these Wim Hofs and these guys are starting to break into, and like the Buddhas and these gurus and stuff, and like the Buddhist monks there. Who's that famous one he's lit on fire?
Gandhi? No, Gandhi didn't light himself on fire. But
no, in front of the tank. I think it was in England.
Oh no, that was in China.
A protest of some kind. Was that in China?
Or who's the guy? No, that was a different guy in front of the tank.
Rich Quang Duc was a Buddhist monk protesting in South Vietnam when his image captured the world. Burned to death. That guy?
Yeah,
probably.
I guess so.
Yeah, I'll take a screen share it. Here it is. This guy?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah,
and he didn't make any noise.
No, and I think I've heard also of martial artists, like, well, they'll be like they'll stay in one place, and then what they do is they get into this place of coherence, and then they're connecting to this quantum field, and they're creating what they say with this is you're creating, you have the ability to then create reality, and they are envisioning themselves heavier than a rock, and then they tell their class to move them, and the class, doesn't matter how strong or how many, they can't move this mat, and then he just stands like this, and they can't push him forward, back, like they can't move him. And it's like tuning into it's wild, man. It's the ability we have. I've been studying it now for a little while, and it's been blowing my mind daily. Like
you almost have to like how if you approach it from like the scientific view now, like how could that even make sense? How could consciousness make sense? Because I mean, the idea that, I don't know, we evolved to this, and then like, but how can every single memory and all that stay together, but then everything's completely different every 4 months?
Yeah, see, and that's where it gets.
It's something.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to think about because it's, you know, we have our cellular memory as well. Like you have like a cellular response, like even from things you don't remember from a subconscious level, a cellular thing where you feel like, oh, you feel that and you don't really know where that's coming from. Maybe you're driving by you know, a 7-Eleven where you got beat up as a kid or something and you just like get this like frightened feeling and you're like, what is that? And then, but it's like that cellular memory, but then it's also the conscious memory. So yeah, there's it gets really fascinating to think how that all works, but the spirit and whether you believe in past lives and or however you think that all works. And what I've been diving into lately too, have you ever heard of the show Ancient Civilizations?
Yeah.
What,
on History
there's
Channel?
the Netflix one. And then there's the one, I don't know, I've been watching it on Gaia, but these guys are going through like all these different pieces of like Egypt and these different things they found throughout the world, and they're seeing like that there was civilizations way past when they thought there were, and like on Easter Island, and there's like carvings that are all the same, so it looks like these are like similar. So I don't know.
Have you seen what's his name, Jimmy Corsetti, I think, where he thinks the Eye of the Sahara is where Atlantis was. And like, yeah, like if you, I mean that's really cool to think about. Like if you listen to like, I don't know if Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock are completely got it nailed down on what happened, but the idea that you know, human civilization was advanced at an earlier time, and then, you know, cataclysmic events brought us down, and only the hunter-gatherers survived with faint memories of what things were, kind of.
That YouTube video is what Chet's talking about for the Eye of Sahara.
So, but it's like a lot of things line up with 12,000 years ago, which is when they think a meteor struck the ice shelf and melted and put a bunch of water out into the. I mean, how many different civilizations have the myth of the flood?
Yeah.
And you know how many religions, like it's all across the world, and a lot of the civilizations across the world have the same architecture or symbols that keep popping up.
Yeah,
and
well,
go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say the coolest thing about when Jimmy Corsetti and another guy went on Rogan's podcast, and they have these like granite, and you know how hard granite is. They have these granite like they're kind of like urns sort of looking things, but they are so flat that like when they measure them with scientific measure like instruments, that they're so flat there's no way they were hand carved. It makes absolutely, and they're so perfectly symmetrical that they're like, they can't understand how someone who's supposed to have primitive tools could have done that.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, is it looks like all of this stuff that was and these artifacts and these pieces are all these like insanely heavy stone, and like there is some theory that they were moving it with frequency actually, and they were able, that's what some of the setups were, where they were using the Earth's energy to tune into a frequency and they could lift stuff with it. But yeah, then that part is crazy, because then it seems like, yeah, these civilizations weren't just before that, but they were also advanced to where we are.
But advanced to, I mean, they might not be as advanced to as we are in certain things, but then in other things, like you said, they could be using frequency and vibrations of the Earth, and of, I don't know, who knows what, all these different fields.
Like they probably didn't have NFTs.
Right. They definitely had goo balls, I'll tell you that much. But
over there.
But yeah, if you think about like just completely start human history from scratch and have different history, different people enacting different political stuff, and like what the world turns out like, and what that looks like, what languages they're speaking, what art they're making, like what they find important compared to how we think, like how civilization, how the structure of it lays out.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
so cool too is there really is never an answer. So there's always something else to be discovered or found, and so you're just left with wanting more. And so that's why there's all these different shows and channels and so many books and all that, because it's so amazing and fascinating that you just gotta listen and watch. That's and I guess for us three, I think we all love that stuff. But that's what's kind of crazy though. Okay, we might discover something today, but then a year from now there might be some new discovery or whatever, and that might not even be right. That might just be another theory.
Yeah. Well, what's really interesting right now too is because we're in this huge left-wing society. It's like science used to be about like, yeah, it was proving that thing wrong because now we have new discoveries. But then you have this huge network of people pushing back, being like, no, not true, and just pushing away like facts and stuff, and like it's such an interesting time in our society too, because we're starting to, I think we're getting into the shake-up stage.
That would be scary if that happened in our lifetime, but it's looking that way, you know. I don't want to be a part of it, but
as long as I have some meds on me to keep me sane, you know, I'll be good.
That's it. Oh, sweet.
Man, Brett, I took a voyage Friday, and I would say about 6:45, 7 o'clock at night, and I didn't eat till 8:30, and I didn't feel anything, man. And I hadn't eaten since like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, so I was like on a 7-hour fast, and didn't feel anything. I don't know what is like. I've taken 2 moderns and felt something, and then ever since then I've not felt anything when it comes to the.
Interesting.
I don't know.
So there is a certain genetic makeup that is where they can sometimes feel some effects, but they can't get that serotonin oversaturation. Do you take any like sleeping pills or
no, I don't drink caffeine. I don't take sleeping pills.
Wow.
I just straight water.
I take water.
Yeah, I take
I know natural.
Yeah, well, I take omega-3 like fish oil pills. I take multivitamin, vitamin C, I think, or vitamin D, one of those.
That would all help with it. That would all just make the experience that much more enjoyable.
Yeah, man. Should I take 2 next time? Is that should we try that, or are you saying that my serotonin, like the part that I would feel as in like the drunk sort of high part of it, I just might not feel.
Yeah, let's try. I think try 2, and then so far it was the modern, and then when you took the modern again, you stopped feeling it.
So I think almost a year ago, Adam sent us a bottle of modern, and I took 1 modern. I don't think I felt anything. So then the next time I did 2, and I felt something. I mean, the lights got more saturated. I think I had a video game on, and the loading screen was just a ship in the water, and so I got stuck watching that for a little bit. but yeah, so I did feel something there, and then I haven't felt. Ken and I got the synergies. We tried that at the wedding. I took 2 of them, didn't work. Took 2 more, nothing, and then I did the voyages. I did the synergies another time too.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to try, or could I try a voyage and another synergy?
I'd say just go for the gusto at this point and try
2 voyages.
2 or even 4 voyages. But the thing with the microdosing products, they're also designed to not really feel it, right? Like those are more of getting the subtle senses up and that focus and that flow, easier access to that flow state that we're speaking of. Yeah. So that one is, you're not necessarily looking to feel those like that kind of thing, because you're actually using it for more of an optimization, more of a tool in that sense.
Yeah.
But like the voyage, you should be feeling a little glow with that one. So if you're not, I would, and if that's what you're looking for, then I would be looking at 2 to 2.
I was looking at like as a replacement for alcohol if I go out. That's what I was kind of, because
Totally.
Thankfully, in my life, I don't have too many issues with anxiety or any trauma, depression, sort of thing. Where I, I'm looking to get that effect. So I don't know if maybe that's part of it. But I also am a pretty even keel guy, so I don't go too high, I don't go too low. I'm like
pretty
so,
even keel.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
It still like helps with. I'm the same, and it still helps with. For me, I got diagnosed with ADHD. That's been a big one, and it's been a big tool in that. But like that's been more learning how my brain works and how to utilize it properly. But it really helped me kind of like separate the noise and stay focused, and then just hyper focus on things. As far as if you want to use it as a replacement, though, like I do the Inspire instead of alcohol as a replacement. That works pretty good for me, but you might just have to up the dose and see. It's curious that it's not.
What levels Inspire?
It's a bit smaller than Voyage. It's 250.
That's a newer one, right?
No, it's one of the OG ones. It was
I thought
Synergy. The Synergy's the newer one. Yeah. The other thing is if both the Synergy and the Voyage have ginkgo in them, so if maybe the ginkgo is a blood flow, like will help with blood flow, and that should
like what's the difference? Like is ginkgo? Are you saying what's in those two versus what's in modern?
Yeah, where modern's just lion's mane and
okay,
magic.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, so
the
cordyceps and ginkgo.
So I should just be more of the psilocybin, and is the psilocybin what kind of replaces the drunkenness, like the level of it?
Doesn't replace it. It can be used as like if you're substituting, you just get that kind of like.
Well, I mean,
the social, right? That happiness, that lubricant, ease of those anxieties, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I find it. I just like things are a little brighter, people are a little funnier, that kind of thing.
Well, that's kind of what I'd be.
Yeah.
That's interesting though, because I guess you would have to just try it for one and see if that works, or if it doesn't work, and maybe it is a different mushroom that he's not. That's kind of blocking it, but that wouldn't block anything, would it?
It shouldn't. And you've been like at the wedding that worked great for you, and you.
So
it's not the product itself. It's something going on. Yeah.
And did you try the Voyage yet?
I haven't tried the Voyage yet. I have it sitting here in front of me, but I have not tried. I was thinking about just going right for 2, but I might just do 1. And,
I would try. And try just not being so hyper focused on it, and just try and be like take it and forget it.
This time I mean I thought that might have been the case before. I promise you I completely forgot about it for
really, and then you're like, nothing.
Yeah, like I was just because at the wedding I was like, Ken and I were asking each other, "You feel anything yet?" And then Ken started to feel something. I'm like, I'm not feeling anything yet. He's like, go outside and just walk around. And I didn't feel anything, but this time, I just legit. Go ahead.
I have an idea. Take this next time you take it with do a nice glass of lemon water.
Lemon water.
Squeeze a nice lemon into the water, and then drink the lemon water with
2 voyages.
With 2 voyages.
Okay.
And see how that goes.
Okay.
I need to get some more. I need to get some happy days. I was thinking either happy days or because I had some lion's mane and cordyceps and I was doing that. But the happy days and the mushroom immunity blend, those are 2 that have a lot of them together, right? Well,
the immunity is like those mushrooms are all like gut health, internal, low intestine, large intestine, spleen, kidneys.
2 capsules a day type of thing, right?
Yeah, great for leptin production, white blood cell count, detoxing, that kind of thing. Happy Days is more of a blissful energy feeling. We got really good reviews on that one. People really seem to like it. The ashwagandha cordyceps combo really helps with the nutrients to the receptors. So that helps with cortisol release and stress, and then also as well as energy, and then
Okay.
lion's
So what
mane
would you-
helping with that kind of overall.
What would you recommend? Can you do both, or do you have to use one or the other type of thing?
Yeah, I would do both. I take the lion's mane the immunity. I'll do it 1 to twice a day, depending. Like if I have like a really heavy meal, I'll actually do it after the meal, and I find it helps with digestion.
Okay.
And then I'll also take it just 2 a day, either in the morning or afternoon, just as like a multivitamin kind of gut health probiotic supplement.
I might have to get a couple of those. Well, since you're kind of doing it all right now, yeah, since you're doing shipping and receiving and all that, I'll just hit you with that.
Yeah,
Hit
hit me with it. Shoot me a message. Yeah, sweet boys. Well, thank you for coming on today. This was fun.
Yeah,
this was a great one.
Yeah.
Thinking about, I actually might send you some stuff, Chetty. Yeah, I've been just messing around on Canva about getting some titles. I want to get some thumbnails going on the YouTube, and I might actually get a separate But I chat with you about some stuff. But I got like a page and start doing some better thumbnails and
Okay.
stuff
Yeah, hit me
like
up,
that.
Hit me up on Telegram, and then we can, if we need to schedule a meeting, we'll.
Yeah, let's do it. But I'm thinking about switching the name so it's a little shorter to the MASH. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, the mash is nice.
The MASH.
Do you like the MASH or the mashup?
I know. Mindful mashup, mindful mash.
Or just the mash.
Just the MASH, sponsored by Mindful Meds.
I like that
A
too.
little less wordy.
Yeah.
I like that.
It just felt really wordy, that's all. So I was thinking the MASH. Yeah. And when I was playing with titles and stuff, it just kind of popped out, and I was like, oh, this is kind of dope.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, you got anything going on tonight?
No, I am. Jay is hosting ceremony this weekend, so I am
Okay.
on chore duty. I have a bunch of chores I have to do. Leaves and garbage and stuff.
All tonight or all weekend?
Spring cleaning. A lot tonight. I've left a lot to the last minute, so it's going to be a fun evening.
Nice.
How about you guys? What's going on?
I'm gonna hit the gym after this.
I'll probably watch
Nice.
the Cavs game.
Yeah, a little basketball. Get some food.
Nice.
I'm going
Nice.
steelhead fishing tomorrow morning. So I've been doing that a lot. I'll send you a couple pictures of the fish I've caught. But I've caught some big ones.
Yeah.
And we have some good fishing around here, so I'll probably be doing some of that tomorrow morning. So it's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome. Is it cold there? Or is it starting to warm up?
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be about I think it's gonna be about 2 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Today's about -2, -1.
Yeah, yesterday was about what, 18?
No, yesterday was probably about 14, 15 though. It was warm.
It was in the 60s, right?
No,
I thought it was supposed to be. Oh.
it was warm though.
And then today was about 0, -1, around there, Celsius.
Well, good for steelhead fishing though.
Big fisherman.
Yeah. That's awesome. I remember the big fisherman. We did a whole little YouTube on the fishing that one time with Adam. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked you before we get off here. Mindful Meds merch. Do you have any shirts or stickers for sale?
Yeah, I was just about to type something. That's
Okay.
Caesar. That's my boy Caesar. Where is he again? He's down in Baja, I think.
Yeah.
No, man, we don't. We did have some merch, but it wasn't really, we weren't happy with the quality. So we're looking at doing some higher quality stuff. And then I do have stickers. I will throw it in on your next order. So next, I'll keep an eye out, or let me know when you either sees, he had the NFTs from that little giveaway trial we did right when we first started this thing that he was holding on to. So claim those in. But on the next order, I'll make sure to throw in some stickers too.
You said General's coming down.
Oh yeah, he's going down in May.
He's going to Baja or Cabo?
He's going to Cabo, and then
How close is that to Baja?
Cesar's in La Paz, so it's like the city up. So Baja California is there's Baja California, there's Baja California Sur. I think that's where he's at.
Yeah, I've been to La Paz a few times. I love it down there.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I might actually be going down there for a bachelor party next year. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's probably a good bachelor party spot, huh?
yeah, we're just gonna go more by La Paz out towards and just get a house, and not do like the Cabo bachelor party, but do like a surf house and just go some surfing.
Nice. Yeah,
Stuff.
he was saying
Less
Cesar was talking to him
cocaine and strippers, more surfing. Yes.
Cesar was talking last time that basically La Paz is just, it used to be what Cabo San Lucas was, and then Cabo San Lucas kind of took over, and La Paz has stayed that kind of the little peaceful town. That's pretty cool though. So
yeah, I prefer it out there, to be honest. Cabo is a little too much. It's fun for a night or two, but then like it gets to be quite extreme with all the everything
Party.
going on. Yeah.
sweet.
Cool, guys. I got to run here, but have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck doing your the man with many hats right now.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I got my condom beanie on because I'm just running around. All right. Peace, guys.
Sweet. See you.